A fascinating topic today, discussing the effect of early childhood experiences on the personality and behavior of a child. We'll also be looking at effective parenting strategies to help children navigate their childhood positively. I've been hearing different, opinions, school of thought on childhood experiences, how they tend to influence children and adults in their adulthood. So you wonder, why is it that these experiences have so much indelible impact? And that has been my curiosity. It is important to note that the brain at that stage of life for every child is extremely malleable. It is responsive to the environment. So experiences with parents, with carers, even with the environment, will be taken in. The brain tends to soak it in, and they have a way of influencing the child's behavior, personality, and general well-being. All right. It even affects the emotional regulation of a child. So the kind of care and attention that a child gets from minders and parents is what really makes the difference. The kind of care and attention, the level of care and attention. We probably have experienced situations where a child goes to school for the first time, or you take a baby to a daycare and the baby starts crying, and you hear people say, allow him to cry, let him cry it out, he'll be fine. But sometimes you might be sending a message to the child's brain that you're not relevant, your needs don't matter, and so you have to hustle, you have to struggle for everything in life. And we notice such babies, sometimes we see babies that initially their cries are so subtle, you almost don't know there are babies in the house until they realize that nobody cares and they start raising the tempo. So you notice babies increasing the tempo of their cries. For example, now we see children who grow up in a nurturing environment where adults are responsive to their emotions, their needs, their questions. Those children, they tend to grow up to be well-rounded children. They are able to self-regulate. They are able to manage their emotions better compared to children who grow up in environments where it really wouldn't matter whether they ask, whether they talk, whether they have needs or they do not have needs. Those ones tend to have insecure attachment. They tend to form insecure attachment because they're looking for those things that they have missed, from childhood. Early childhood is a critical period of brain development. During these years, the brain is incredibly responsive, it is incredibly malleable, and it's responsive to the environment. So experiences during this time, like interaction with parents, with caregivers, with adults around, even with the surroundings, they play a huge role in shaping the personality and the behavior of a child, and even they influence the child's ability to self-regulate, emotional regulation and all. So the kind of care and attention that a child gets at that age can really make a difference. We have had situations where we allow children to cry it out, and the message might be to the brain that the child's needs are not important, and so the child would need to hustle. And so we see such children, they are struggling, they learn to shout, increase the tempo, and that might even affect how they behave later in life. You see children, some people will just want to shunt. When they see a queue, they want to shunt. You're wondering why the queue is not even long. What's giving you the impression that you need to rush and shunt here and all that? So these early experiences, they can shape specific aspects of a person's personality, such that it can determine whether a person is introverted or extroverted. For example, a child who is consistently encouraged and supported in social situations may develop a more extroverted attribute. So the person can become an adult who is extroverted. Whereas a child who maybe is asked to keep quiet in social situations, or told to be extremely careful and not continuously cautioned, let me use that word, might end up not being extroverted but introverted, because they're now so self-conscious, they don't know what to say and what not to say. I remember when I was growing up, the issue was wherever we went to with my parents, as soon as we enter the place and there are, boys my age and all, my mother or father, any one of them would just say, she's a baby, oh, she's the youngest among all of them, she's your younger sister, oh, don't worry. Even when those people are my, age mates or age group. And to them, they were saying that to, protect me, being parents who have mostly girls. They will always find a way to protect them from undue exposure and all that. But what could be the effect of that on a child that is learning to socialize, on a child that is learning to mix with her age group, her age mate, and you're telling them that she's the youngest? As a matter of fact, she's their younger sister and all that, very funny. So the bottom line is that the way parents and caregivers give attention or response to the need of a child will play a big role in how the child adjusts later in life. So what are some effective parenting strategies that can actually support healthy personality development? Because at the end of the day, the onus is on parents to support their children in navigating this childhood so that they can develop appropriately. The first thing, and one thing that is very key is in strategic parenting, is a responsive parenting. Most of the things we have discussed today has been around responding to children as babies, responding to them as teenagers, responding to them as adults. So responsive parenting, this means being attuned to your child's needs and responding in a consistent and nurturing way. For example, if a child is upset, a responsive parent would comfort them, would help the child, learn that they can actually rely on other people when they need comfort, And this builds trust and emotional security, which are the foundational elements for healthy personality development. Where you don't feel secure to express your emotions, it might affect how the personality is shaped at the end of the day. So another thing is, if parents are responsive, it is important for parents to set clear boundaries. Children need to know their limits. Children need to know when to stop. Okay, so it helps them to understand expectations and consequences, and this fosters a sense of security. Again, it teaches self-discipline. So, however, it is important that these boundaries are set with, warmth and understanding. It's not everything that we just bring. How do I say it now? Everything, they are grounded. Everything you just collect whatever it is that makes them happy. Sometimes as parents, we get so overwhelmed that what we want to do is we're looking for ways to put an end to an undesired behavior in a child. So you look for, okay, is that what makes you happy? I'm collecting it, believing that when we do that, the situation is properly managed. No, it should be done with warmth and understanding. So it's not something that because we want to set boundaries, we should be overly strict or punitive. Okay, this balanced approach, often we need to balance the approach. Okay, because authoritative parenting sometimes might be linked to positive outcomes. It could help children develop high self-esteem. It could help them have better social skills or be more resilient. However, injecting it with warmth, understanding, and love. Let children know why they should not do certain things. That will help us set healthy boundaries. Having set healthy boundaries, we need to be consistent. Children will push your boundaries, and they do it over and over to see whether you really would follow through. So it is important for us to follow through, okay? Because they will be able to understand the world around them better when they know that when my parents say no, they mean no, and it will also help them adjust to others. When others are telling them, I do not like that, they tend to understand and stop whatever it is that they need to stop. So it helps them feel secure and also helps them feel safe when we are consistent. Children will go to people who love them, who guide them, who tell them the truth. Children will respect such people more than people who maybe they're seeking some level of special love from their parent, from their children, so to say. Parents who are seeking some level of special love, or they want to force friendship. So you want people to believe that you and your children are friends. I do not understand that aspect, but children will love you when you're parenting positively. They understand they are taking the place of a parent in their lives, and you're showing love and understanding as you do so. We should also, as parents, encourage independence, because it helps children develop confidence and a sense of competence. So that level of autonomy that we allow a child, for example, select their own clothes to wear. There was a day I was listening to someone argue with the girl child, and the argument was basically on, I said you should wear this particular clothes, and the daughter was saying, Mommy, can I just wear this other one? Do you know how much I bought it? Do you know what distress I went through to buy it? But at that moment, there is something in the mind of the child that there is a way she wanted to look. But the mother didn't get it. She insisted that that child should wear that particular cloth. They were going to church. Another child, a younger one now. Then I was in children's church, and this boy, I knew him to be a very happy person, ready to learn, ready to contribute. But when he came to children's church that day, he was looking so sober and unhappy. So I said, come, let's discuss it. What's the issue? Why? This is not the you that we're used to. What happened? And they said, it is Mommy. What did Mommy do? Mommy said I should wear this kaftan. I said, what did you want to wear? He said he wanted to wear something different. So why didn't you explain to him? He said, I explained, I told her I didn't want, but she insisted. I said, okay, so who do you think could help you explain this to Mommy so that Mommy will understand next time when you're selecting your clothes? He said he could talk to his grandma. His grandma, within your reach, will you be able to see grandma within the week? He said, yes, he will definitely see grandma within the week. So we had an agreement that, please, when you see grandma, let grandma know what happened today and how you would want her to tell Mommy to let you sometimes select your clothes. We discussed that. The following Sunday, he came in happy, wearing a red T-shirt on a pair of jeans. I think that was it for him. So we discussed again, and he said, yes, he had that discussion with his mom. And the mom was like, he should have told her. But he said he told Mommy. But, at the end of the day, they were able to resolve it. So allowing children a level of autonomy, like taking care of their own clothes or helping with simple household, tasks sometimes, will help them develop a sense of capability in their own ability. And it's important for their overall development. It will also help them to be useful around the house, when they know you can actually commit tasks to them and they will see it through. Having known all this, how can we as parents support our children's emotional development? Because at the end of the day, if they do not know how to positively respond emotionally, it might also affect their personality and behavior. Okay, so one effective way is emotional coaching, which means no one is born with the perfect sense of emotions. We all learn it. We are all a work in progress, including children. So we need to coach them, guide them to recognize their feelings, to express their feelings appropriately. So, for example, now when a child is angry or frustrated, a parent can help by acknowledging the emotions. You help the child acknowledge the emotions. You are angry. They are valid. Okay, it's okay for you to be angry. Now, let's help teach them ways to calm down or ways to express whatever it is that is creating that anger in them without acting out. Children tend to, when they are, and sometimes I don't think the movies we watch sometimes are helping, though they are interesting and they are also helping us form our understanding of the world. But Parents need to guide them on how to express their emotions, validate their emotions, and not act out, but manage the emotions and respond correctly to whatever emotions it is. Okay, this is not only, it does not only help with emotional regulations, actually, it also strengthens the parent-child, relationship, the bond between the parent and the child. When a child knows that even when I'm angry, I can actually call my parents and discuss it. It helps that parent-child bond. Okay, so when we have done that, we can also help foster a growth mindset. So we encourage children to view challenges as opportunities that they will learn and grow from, rather than to see challenges as failures. Okay, so we praise effort. Whatever we are fostering, a growth mindset requires that we praise efforts, because there are times that we are just looking for, the end justifies the means, especially with daddies. The end justifies the means. What's your grade? What is your grade? What position are you in your class? And that just says it all. If the child is not first, second, third, like daddy used to be first, second, third, when they were in school, it's as if the child has not done anything. So we should learn to praise effort. The effort, when you see the child studying, when you see the child practicing, when you see the child, making that artwork, whatever it is, the effort counts as much as the final grade. Okay, so we're not only teaching them that success is all that matters. Success matters, but we're also encouraging them to understand resilience, tenacity, the capacity to stay through with whatever responsibilities they have. And they will also learn to handle obstacles throughout life, because those are part of lives. It is through obstacles that we learn and we grow. Okay, it's been an incredible discussion. Okay, how much early childhood can shape a person's future. It really emphasizes the importance of supportive parenting. It emphasizes the importance of thoughtful and supportive parenting. This topic that we're discussing has been incredible, and it emphasizes the importance of thoughtful and supportive parenting. The early years are a powerful time for shaping a child's personality and behavior. So, by using effective parenting strategies like responsive parenting, setting consistent boundaries, encouraging independence and autonomy, supporting emotional development, parents can provide for the children strong foundations and help them develop success in their future and general well-being. With the right approach, parents can help children develop to become well-rounded and emotionally healthy adults. And that is the goal. While every child is unique and there is no one-size-fits-all approach, these strategies that we have discussed today will help us develop a strong or solid framework, okay, for nurturing the child's growth and general well-being. On that note, we are stopping today's discussion to pick up on another topic next time.